Hello, everyone. My name is Lady Calamere, and I welcome you to my presentation. I'm doing my 410th presentation, and it will be on a fire etin, a fire giant in Norse mythology and spirituality, and it will be on Logi, not to be confused with Utgord Loki or Loki Lofjorsen. Okay. Loki, Lofjorsen, or Loki is different from Logi. So this beautiful card is the Ace of Wands. And it comes from the Giant's Tarot by Raven Caldera. You can get this at Asphodel Press, uh, or at possibly eBay or Etsy, maybe. But I would order it from Asphodel Press. It used to be sold on Amazon, but you should get it through Asphodel Press, and they'll print it out for you. And it's a one of kind deck. It's made by different artists. So, and I really think the Ace of Fire is really descriptive of him. So Logi is fire. He's also called Hal Logi, which means high Logi. So Logi is said to be a son or the second son of a first giant, Miss Blindy, who's also known as Fornjotr, and his mother is a fire etin. Okay, and he serves Utgard Loki, not to be considered Loki Lofjorsen, and Utgard Loki is a son of Thrym, which would be funny if we find out that Loki and Utgard Loki are somehow the same spirit born of different parents, as we see in Hindu stories and religion, that Vishnu can be born in several avatars during the same age and be together, and that Lakshmi has done that to be the wives of Krishna and to be also his consort Radha. And that would be funny as all fuck. Okay? Because we know Utgard Loki is a giant, and we know that he is a master shapeshifter and a master trickster. Okay? And that we know Loki is gender fluid, is both mother and a father, and a shapeshifter, and a trickster, and a gift giver. So he so yeah, that would be massively funny. Be the best of all tricks. So yeah, I love Loki. So anyways, Loki is fire. He is flame. He is married to Glut, and Logi has two children, which are two daughters. Aisa, Aisa, and another one, Einmaria. Einmaria. So the R's are rolled. Or if you can't do it, it's Einmaria. Einmyria. So Logi is fire, and he is flame, and he is also wildfire. He's the fire that can burn down a wheat field so that it can grow again. Speaking of wheat, interesting is that Loki one day, just for because he was angry at something, and just out of shits and giggles cuts Sif's hair. But Sif's hair represents Sif dealing Thor dealing with sky meeting earth, and Sif dealing with the wheat and the grain. When wildfire burns it, it's gone, right? She wakes up, her hair is cut, and then he managed to make, as the dwarves make, her hair of gold, which was better than the original. And it shows that when fire touches the field like that, that it's able to grow richer and better. So there's that. And we do know that there are two stories that show that Loki is kind of born of fire when lightning hits Phobos hits Logi, the Leafy Isle. And then we see another story of him with a contest of Logi. And we'll get into that. So Logi can be honored through a simple candle flame or a bonfire. And of course, his element is fire. And that one needs to respect fire, because that same fire that warms your home, cooks your food, lights up things, can also be the one to burn you, burn down your home, or as what's going on now, wild uh, forest fires are happening. So I figured I would do that since we have so many forest fires, and that we're at the end of July, it's July 31st, and we're heading towards the very first harvest, Lunasa, or Lunasa. I call it Lunasa. And this is the first harvest. So I think it's really appropriate to do something on Logi. So when we first meet Logi is through when Thor, the Hasi, his boy assistant or slave, and Loki go to Utgard. Okay, they go to the outworld, and there they, you know, there's a whole story. But where we meet Logi is when there was a to see if they could stay in Utgard Loki gives them tests. And they first meet Utgard Loki as Screamer, sorry. And that's actually Utgard Loki, because he's a giant, but he's able to make sceneries and everything. And he meets Logi, he doesn't realize it's wildfire unless he really does. And this whole thing was planned by Loki, which is hilarious. And sometimes when you're doing schemes, you make sure that you look like you lose. Or maybe he really did lose because there was an eating contest, and Loki said, I'm the fastest eater. So Uthgard Loki, the king of Uthgard, he was like, okay, let's get some food. He filled the trough with food. Loki ate so fast, he ate through all the meat and left the bones. But Loki ate the meat, the bones, and the trough, and ate faster, in which Loki lost. He did a good job, and it turns out that, he reveals that Loki is really wildfire. So, I mean, Uthgard Loki was impressed, but wildfire eats all. Logi himself is a very ancient Eton, and he can be honored through Thursotru. Thursotru meaning true to the Thurses, the giants, which is very primordial and is not a reconstructionist religion. It's some people say it's not even a religion; it's a practice, whatever have you. And it's dealing with the primordial. And then you can think of Roker through the Roker, but I don't think he's anything near the shadow. But hey, some people do. And like I said, Logi himself is very primal and is old, very old. Yeah, boo, what you doing? What you doing, little boo? So he is can be approachable, just but you need to use caution, just knowing that he is fire, especially wildfire. So one would need to practice, safety and caution. And we got Lady Bost here. She's just very vocal. She wants to tell you all about wildfire. So he could be used in any of your fire magic. He can be used to eat up things. He can be used for especially defensive and offensive magic, uh, and to really help you scry with fire. Yes, there is a thing where you can scry with candles and scry with fire, great for candle magic and stuff like that. So I'm trying to get my thoughts in gear. So the Ace of Wands, wands dealing with fire, especially in this deck. I know in right read or right, it was definitely did a switcheroo where they made wands air, but it's wands supposed to be fire. So and it, I know Ellen Cannon Reed had her deck, but she describes why wands are air in her tradition. Hey, you know that's the way her tradition was, and that's the way she made her cards. you know so Logi, let me get this card. I'm gonna read this to you. The Giant's Tarot by Raven Caldera. So we're gonna find the Ace of Wands, and we'll read a little bit from this because I like to do that. Ace of Wands. Logi is one of the three giant brothers, the primal triplicity of the wind, which is Carrie, which I would have gotten into, the ocean, Aegir, and the flame, Logi. So he's one of the Trinity, or the triplicity, I will say, not Trinity, triplicity. As a fire giant, he is best known for his stunt at the court of Utgard Loki, where he challenges Loki to a contest of eating and devours not only all the food, but the dishes as well. It was actually a trough. His card shows him dancing with a great flaming torch. The Ace of Wands is the primal spark, the creative idea, the beginnings of a plan of action, the jolt that starts you moving. Reverse, it implies that this idea is a non starter, which has no hope of going anywhere. And I want to find the particular artist of this. And by the way, while I'm doing that, it has come to my attention that most people who view my channel here are not subscribers. So please think about subscribing, as it really, really helps my channel to grow. And it convinces me to do more of these because I do not get paid yet. This is not, I'm not able to monetize yet. So that would really help me. And when I do monetize, it'll still be free to you. I haven't even done the oh, what's that called? Oh, I can't even remember. An account where you pay me. I'm just trying to think. I don't care. So this art is done by Grace Palmer. And again, it comes from The Giant's Tarot by Raven Caldera. So Grace Palmer is the artist. I don't have a Patreon account. That's what I was thinking of. So I don't have that. Sorry, I had a brain fart. So he lives in, of course, the world of Muspelheim, sorry, Muspelheim, which is the fiery world. And there are those that say he lives actually in the volcanic lava beaches, especially according to people who have contacted him and Raven Caldera. So he is. He is. Fire gets very hungry. So things that you may want to offer him is you can burn his offerings into a fire, light a fire, carefully bonfire outside, and you can throw offerings into it to literally invoke his presence into the fire. I mean, you got other fire deities that do this. I mean, you have like in Hinduism, Agni. They're not the same being, trust me. You have Gira in Babylonian. I think it's Gira. And the Sumerian and Babylonian god of fire. And again, I'm not saying they're the same. So things that you can offer to Logi. Maybe you can't do a bonfire. Maybe you live in an apartment. So what can you offer him? Sometimes burnt offering is burnt toast. We can offer him incense, especially smoky incense and spicy incense. We can offer him the the stones that are associated with him. Well, I'll get into that later. But we can offer him. I mean, chocolate's always good, but also spicy things like spicy chocolates, uh, things that are spiced. You can offer him fiery peppers, a good stiff drink, especially. Be careful with around fire. You can do this in a safe place. Just be careful. You can put, like, say something like Strega alcohol or a flammable alcohol drink, and you can light that and offer him a drink that way and light it on fire. But you can think about Fireball too. What is it? Jack Daniels Fireball. I think it's by Jack Daniels. But any like fiery alcohol as well, or a very strong alcohol that if you put it in your mouth, you definitely feel the burn. That is, the really strong, overproof stuff. Legal moonshine. I can't tell you do anything illegal. So yes, you can buy moonshine in some places, and legally you can offer him very strong rum, very strong scotch, very strong booze, spicy. If you make a mixed drink, you can put some spice in it, put some hot peppers in. You can put loads of peppers in. Hot candies, spicy candies, chocolate covered chili peppers. And you can leave that out for him. Just be careful of animals and stuff. And, you know, uh, we can offer. I know chili peppers are not traditional, but that's the world has pretty much grown in a way where civilizations have grown, and we can offer him these things. Red and orange, and especially red fruits and hot dishes, and we can offer him things that remind us of fire when we look at it. We can offer him those things. We can offer him red flowers. We can offer him uh, sparkly things. He likes sparkly things and things that bedazzle the eyes when you look at it. But definitely his stones or lava stones. Be careful where you get them. Like some people, like in Hawaii, there's said to be a curse, but it's against the law to pick up the volcanic stone and take it with you. The curse of Pele, Madame Pele. So we don't want to upset her. But yeah, lava stones, jet. There's a stone called jet, which is fossilized. A stone made of fossils. Coal, fire agates, fire opals, obsidian, black obsidian. You want black obsidian, especially with him. But also any type of sparkly stone. Like when you look at numite or galaxyite, they sparkle. So they definitely got a sparkle to them. But I'm not sure about that. But I know about jet and coal and black obsidian because that's volcanic stone anyways, and lava stones. I'm just trying to think. Fire agates, fire opals, red jasper can be very acceptable, being its color of dragon's blood calcite and dragon's blood liquid and dragon's blood resin liquid. So, yes, there is edible resin liquid. You just got to be careful where you get it. Make sure it has nutritional values on it. So, you can also buy dragon's blood extract, which is also edible. There's an edible form as long as it has a nutritional and a dietary supplement on it. You can use that because actually the extract has the alcohol in it. But resin is also good. The liquid resin, the pure resin is also good, as well as the dried resin. And burning copal is pretty cool. It's very fiery for him, as well as burning frankincense. Now, you can make things for him that requires fire, like glass or metal smithing or putting things into a kiln, making pottery for him. Things that are, it reminds me of that song by Slayer, Born of Fire. Now that's coming through my head. Born of Fire. So making ceramics or having things that were made because of fire. So those are some of the things that you can do. Also melt things made of melted wax again. And you can do divination by the candle and by how divine the melted wax and see what you can see. We can write him things and write him a petition and put it into the fire. Again, be very careful. Charcoal itself, charcoal, all different types of charcoal would be for him. And you know that, what is it called? The little black charcoal thing that you light and it comes, it's called snakes. And you can burn that for him in a safe area and in an outside safe area. Smoke bombs that they're called. You light them and they smoke on all different colors. I remember I used to be amazed, yellow and blue and the orange. Again, you want to make sure you do it in a safe outside, don't do it inside. Uh, I have to do this because of disclaimers, so I don't want to have someone do something and blame me for their own stupid actions. So we think of fireworks. Again, please be aware that these affect veterans and animals. So just be aware with that. Be mindful of people. But there are things like sparklers. Again, that stuff is dangerous. Be careful. But sparklers are not gonna scare animals, but you have to use, mindfulness with this and not get burnt because people have thought it was fun. They think it's funny and they get burnt, and that stuff is really hot. So sparklers pretty much can represent him. Anything with fire and flame. So he is as helpful as he is dangerous. He's both nurturing and destructive. All right. He is passionate, very primal. He is said to be very intelligent, People have said that he has a personality, sometimes very kind, but also very fiery, let's just say. So we can do divinations with him, anything to do with the fire, divining fire. So he is a master as fire. His growth can grow from little to over treetops, and he leaps and he's very quick. You see how his colors can change depending on blue and orange. Like you ever see the blue flame, yellow. You definitely see it. Yellow, orange, and reds. I definitely would stick with red with him for red hot, but also you can get like an altar cloth that looks like fire and stuff. And he devours. Fire thrives on oxygen and just things to burn. You can collect ashes for him and light a cigarette. Oh, back to your offering: cigarettes, cigars, anything that you can light and smoke. Of course, legal. So I have to say that again. Disclaimer, disclaimer. So cigarillos, cigars, pipe smoke, cigarettes, uh, things like that. The more you can smoke out of it, the better. So he likes tobacco is a good offering to him. Tobacco in itself is a good offering to this deity. He also deals with the fire of, some people even say, molten lava. Yeah, he also deals with it. And this is not Highlander where you only have one god of this. When you say, hey, who's the war god in Norse mythology? Wow, we got lots of them that deal with war. We got war goddesses too. So I could name a bunch of them right off the top of the hat. I mean, there's not just one war god in Norse, or even among the Aesir, the Vanir, especially the Aesir, but also the Jotuns. And you got war there. He's the fire on your stove. He's the fire in your hearth. He's the fire in your fireplace, your bonfire, I should say. So yeah, he's very sensuous. He's very warming to hot. He could be absolutely unbearable, as you know. So Utgard Loki refers to him as wildfire. So he is sometimes seen a pillar of fire, or a man shaped pillar of fire, or a man made of fire. So some people offer some blood to him. And when you do it, when you offer your blood, be very careful. Use a diabetic land slit. That's again another disclaimer. So offering blood is something that he also takes. You can go back to your offerings and put it there. And this is just shows I don't have a script or notes. I don't write notes. So you can put the blood into the flame. You can also use this to represent him. I don't want to light a candle. Well, maybe I can light a candle, but I just don't want little boo to get burnt. So when he crackles, it's like his voice, the crackling. It could be almost like he's sometimes you could like he's laughing, and he could do a little dance on your candle or in the fire pit. So, anyways, I do want to get a book and read something from it because I believe it does have an invocation of it. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Am I bad? But he's also deals with the fire of desire and passion. So, like in Wicca, when you call the quarters, even in the Norse, okay, he's the element and direction of fire. So, in the South, we call fire. So, definitely, if you want, you can face south if you want to, and that would be the direction of fire. So, let me get this. Okay, now I got the book. Let's go. Where is Logi? I'm looking up Logi. Okay, I should have had this out. And oh, let me. It comes from the Jotunbach. I have to give credit where credit's due. Working with the giants of Northern tradition by Raven Caldera, and there's many authors that contribute to this, and I'm gonna have to give. So this is by Jessica Wolf. This one. Invocation to Logi. Hail Logi, fire master, hottest of the three ancient brothers, tall as a tree on fire with flames leaping to the sky, tall as the black mountain that gouts red rock towards the sky, hungry as a pack of hounds, always devouring ever thin, hungry as the molten earth that devours the land around. Hail Halogi, tricking the trickster, warming our blood with your eternal spark. And again, this is by uh, the Jotunbach. You can get this at Asphodel Press, Amazon, eBay, bookstore, or local bookstore. You can ask them to order it. And again, it's the Jotunbach, which means the Jotun book, working with the giants of the Northern tradition. And I really recommend this, especially if you're really interested in Thursa and Roker True. Roker True. Gotta roll those R's, which I fucked up on. I'm sorry. But this this is very interesting, and it's gonna have things in. I think it's a very good book. Lighting a bay leaf. Now remember bay leaves when you are lighting it and you have a dog or a cat, have it in a ventilated area, window open because ashes, even the ashes of bay leaf, can be bad for dogs. But the smoke, if you burn it too much, can be bad for your cat or dog. But just like burning a bay leaf, writing your name and what you want and empowering it, really paying attention to it, putting your sigils or runes or whatever you have you, and burning it using different color markers and your intentions to get what you want. So you can use them to help you purify your place by burning different types of sage bundles and stuff and smudge sticks, whatever, and incense. he can help you with that because fire is you can use for consecration, uh, purification, warding, and banishing, driving away things, or protecting you. Have you ever drawn a circle and instead of just visualizing it blue, is really call upon the powers of fire and visualize a circle of fire or even a red circle? Yeah, so a circle of fire and flame. And you can do that and just call on fire, or if you want, Logi himself, and see how that works for you. So, anyways, I think this is enough about Logi. One day I'll tell about how Thor, Loki, and the Hasi goes to Utgord Loki and the whole fun story. But, and about how it really showed that they were really powerful, but they were fighting against illusions. But Thor's power even scared Utgord Loki, and he said, "If I ever see you here again, I will fight you." He definitely made his world disappear. He's You're not allowed to come in. Your power really scared me. But it's also about, being humble too. Because all of them, Loki, Bahasi, and Thor were humbled. But they realized their power even against illusion, which concerned Udgord Loki. So anyways, I want to thank you for listening ramble on. I do recommend these tarot in that book. I have no stake in it. I don't know the people, but I do think this is a one of a kind of tarot, and there's nothing out there like it. So this comes from the Giants Tarot. So thank you for watching. Uh, right now, think about adopt, don't shop. It, you know, unless you find a stray outside and you take it to a vet and see if it belongs to someone, the dog or cat. Oh, by the way, if you find a missing dog or cat, you can take it to the vet and it should be free and have them scan for a microchip because maybe that dog or cat got out. And if it has the microchip, they'll call the owner. They're called the pet parent. And this way they can be reunited. Also, if you see someone abandoning the dog or cat, call emergency services. Here in America, it's 911. And, recently in my neighborhood, someone abandoned the dog. I didn't see it, but I saw the dog. Someone described it, and they got emergency services, and then got animal control. Dog was very friendly, a pit bull. Can't believe it. It was very friendly with everyone. Just wanted to play with everyone, and then with other dogs, it wanted to play. It just wanted to play with other dogs, small dogs and even big dogs. It was so friendly, such a friendly boy. Anyways, the story is that they picked him up. I'm like saying, "Oh, please don't put him down." My neighbor, and we were all talking, she said, "Look at the picture of the dog. He was adopted. My friend adopted him." I was like, "Oh," and he was so happy as usual with his tongue hanging out in the picture. This dog was a really happy dog, and whoever drew him out, fuck you. That's all I gotta say. You lost a good dog. If I wanted a dog, I'd take that puppy. And it was a pup. It was maybe about 6, 7 months old pit bull. It wasn't even fully grown. You know, times are tough. If you have to give up your animal, try to work it out. I know sometimes it's an adoption fee and it's waiting fee, but you could tell them it's an emergency. Maybe you know things are going bad for you, but and be careful with offering up your pets on Facebook. because you never know who's going to get it. You definitely want to make sure who you're giving your animal to. 'Cause there are a lot of sickos out there and a lot of mean, evil people out there. So just to let you know about that. And also think about getting an emotional support animal letter if you have to. And you can get one from your doctor, or usually from a psychologist or a therapist or a psychiatrist. And that allows you to keep your pet. It's an emotional support animal. You don't not supposed to pay pet fees, pet rent, and you get to keep your cat, dog, or I got 5 cats on the list. I even had 6 cats already listed. There was even 8 cats listed as emotional support letter. So, and why you have them, and what you can do is if you can't get them all in one letter, if you're with someone, you can split the animals, and it would be 2 letters. Like your significant other has 3 or 4 cats, and you have 3 cats, and why they serve a purpose. So just remember that you can do that. It might be an extra cost depending on who you go to. It may be totally free. So, and you get to keep your cats and dogs, even in the no pet policy. So just got to keep it up. So, anyways, thank you for watching. Uh, and as always, blessed be.